Hello YouTube, Size17 here, but you can just call me Travis, and welcome back for another collection update, part 2 of my collection update. If you watched the one from yesterday, you'll know this is part 2. Yeah, if you didn't watch that one, I'll leave a link to it in the description. It was all the CDs, and this is all the tapes. So let's just jump into this video, also not a very long one. In the background, we are listening to Void Meditation Cults, Under the Tongue of the Dead. Awesome, super ritualistic, bestial black metal. This is some rad stuff. I kind of feel like I don't hear enough people talking about this album, but maybe they did when it came out. Hell's Headbangers, awesome stuff. Alright. Got a little mix of some stuff here, so let's start off. This is a 2018 release out on Perverse Homage. This is the Flešš Lampir split. Awesome split between Canadian, black metal band Flešš, and then American black metal band Lampir. Both raw, Lampir a little bit more raw in terms of production qualities. But yeah, this is some awesome stuff. Big into Flešš. The riffs are just super barbaric and like razor, and just like the tone is just like perfect. And you know, he's playing tons of, he changes up the he's changing up the riffs all the time, which is awesome. He just sounds super good. The vocals are nice and just like kind of like vampiric evilness. Super good. The drums sound pretty programmed, but it kind of gives it kind of like menacing relentlessness to it that I really enjoyed. 4 tracks. The first one is kind of like this super eerie, kind of organ-y sounding piece, which is cool. For the second time, I've heard the sharp beep noise being used by Flešš, this time to transition songs, but I'm not sure if that's going to be something that repeats or not, but I don't know, I kind of like it for whatever reason. Yeah, good stuff. Like I said, just, you know, razor wire guitars, really into it. And then the other side, got Lampir. I'd only previously listened to one Lampir release. I thought it was pretty okay, good stuff, but it wasn't anything that I super loved. And this is kind of similar. This is pretty good, but it's not anything that I super love. I do actually think I like this a bit better than the other release that I listened to. But you know, the sample size is pretty small in both cases. But you know, again, pretty solid stuff. Nothing really complaining about. Just I like the Flešš side much more. But that's cool. By the time I got to Perverse Homage, anyway, this is pretty much the only thing they had left to purchase, which is okay with me, because actually this is what I would have wanted the most, because I wanted to get me some Flešš material. So yeah, cool stuff. I'm sure this is still around somewhere. I'm sure someone has it. Definitely, I think, worth picking up if you are into either of these bands, probably. But particularly for my recommendation if you're into Flešš. So yeah, this is the Flešš Lampir split. Next one up, this is a doom metal band. This came out this year also. This is just like a single, essentially. This is Blood on Satan's Claw by Alastor. If you're not familiar with Alastor, they are a doom metal band, kind of like you know, with a slight stoner bent to them, maybe. I would put them close to like maybe like an Electric Wizard, something like that. So if you're an Electric Wizard, you'll probably be into these guys. Just one long track, the title track, Blood on Satan's Claw, and then they have a live cover of Bad Moon Rising, originally by CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival. This is out on Graven Earth Records. When this initially was being released, it's limited to like 50 copies, and I wasn't really familiar with this band, so I didn't want to have to fight people for the cassette. So I just didn't really just even try to get it, and yeah, it's sold out pretty immediately on the site, and I'll show you why. This is pretty rad. This is what the tape looks like. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is fucking badass. And it's not even like a sticker, it's like actually it's printed on the tape, so that makes it even cooler. Obviously that looks amazing, but I kind of thought that was a bad reason to try to buy a tape, especially over people who probably like this band and wanted to listen to their music. So like I said, I didn't try to get it, but it did actually get me to check out the band, and yeah, I liked it. It's good stuff. It's not anything that I super love, but it's pretty solid stuff. But then one morning I woke up and then to go to the bathroom, and like the heathen that I am, and I'm sure like many of you, I took my phone with me, and I had a notification on my phone. I can't remember who it was even, but they had copies of this tape on it, and so it was the true sign that my tape addiction had gotten out of hand, because on my way back from the bathroom, instead of going back to bed, because it was like, I don't know, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I beelined into where my computer is, and I ordered the tape and then went back to bed. So anyway, that was cool for whatever reason. Good stuff. I actually had ordered their CD album, Black Magic. I think that's what it's called, Black Magic. And it like got damaged on the way here. I didn't even ever see it, and I just never have gotten around to buying it again for whatever reason. But yeah, good stuff. Alastor, Blood of Satan's Claw. I'll leave a link. Check it out. Next one up. This one's pretty cool. This is a discography completion item. This is the Burning Inquisition demo by Scaremaker. Picked up a Scaremaker item a couple weeks ago from my Evil Speak magazine order, and kind of got me on the track of wanting to complete both Scaremaker and Wooden Stake, which Wooden Stake I'll probably be doing pretty close to soon here. And yeah, so this one was pretty easy. Popped over in Discogs, and I was like, let's just do it, because this is the last thing I needed to get. And I saw that the original pressing version was just as cheap as the other re-release version done by like Witchhammer or something like that. And so I said, what the hell, let's pop down and get an original pressing. Came out in 2010. Here's the tape. As you can see, it's a gram and the O there. Here's the J card. Awesome death metal from Scaremaker. If you're not familiar with them, it's probably one of my favorite Vanessa Nocera bands. Billy's in this band too, along with Electrocutioner, Wayne Sarantopoulos. Nothing on the inside here. And then I like this Turn It Up for the Tape Hiss. It says here at the bottom. Awesomely, I got copy number 6 of 66. So that's kind of a cool 666. I'm the one guy who got that one, so that's pretty cool. Got lucky in that because I had no idea which number out. Not that I care, but really, I didn't know what number I was getting, so that was kind of a nice little fun surprise. So yeah, awesome discography complete as Scaremaker, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, awesome death metal. I'll leave a link. Check them out. Next one up, it has been a bit maybe since I've shown off some Dungeon Synth, and this is actually a fun little one to show. Pronounce my pronunciation, because it is in French, or it might even be French Canadian because these guys are from the area. But anyway, this is Rvine Novvelle France Recueil 1, which essentially just means like the first one. It's funny, at first I didn't realize it, but this is actually like a compilation of a bunch of different bands playing Dungeon Synth. I was just like, wow, this band is like super varied in the kind of Dungeon Synth that they do. There's vocals on here on some of the tracks, vocals on some of the other ones, not on some of the other ones. So then eventually, when I was kind of looking around on Discogs, I kind of realized, oh, this is actually a compilation of a bunch of different Dungeon Sith groups in the area, their area. So that was pretty cool. It comes from this blue tape with the sticker. I got number, was it 31 of 100? The ID looks the same. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It has like a little, sort of like a heavier cardstock kind of thing going on here. Just like a track listings. Although it's on the side, it's kind of hard to read compared to the top. But what you gotta do? Lots of writing on the inside, because part of it is focused. It's in French, and then down here is in English. I'll leave a link to this. This is pretty. I think there's probably still copies of this available. I think it's limited to 100, but I mean, I don't know if anyone really knows about this. I can't even remember how I probably just was puttering around on Bandcamp. It came across it randomly. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Like I said, since it is a bunch of different artists, it has a bunch of different varied kind of styles of Dungeon Synth. So this is definitely something maybe worthwhile if you're like looking to get into Dungeon Synth, perhaps, because it kind of gives a kind of smattering of different things that you can hear within the genre. So yeah, sorry not to really much say about this one, but the fact that it's so varied kind of it limits me a bit. I don't know. So this is Rvine, Novvelle, France, Recueil 1. Alright, next up, this is a band, I'm pretty sure they're from Boston, or at least the Massachusetts area. This is Black Beach with Shallow Creatures. Probably like a month ago or now or so. Jason Hook, Get Into It with Jason Hook, showed off, it wasn't this album, but they showed off something by this band, and I think it was the vocals immediately were kind of just, they stuck out to me, and maybe check this band out. This is the only thing that you could buy physically on Bandcamp, so I ordered that, and yeah, this is pretty cool. This is like a kind of a very punk slash like kind of rock, kind of has like a quasi psychedelic rock, garage rock kind of a sound to it. It is, I would say, I guess punk, but it kind of doesn't really sound like punk the way that I think of punk or whatever. Not that that really matters. This is on Basement Sounds. Comes in this rad pink tape. Cool stuff. Like I said, I really like the way vocals, and a lot of that's probably just how it's produced. But it has a cool kind of a reverby sound that I always enjoy on vocals. Yeah, just cool. Like I said, I think it's the psychedelic rock, garage rock kind of vibe that they have that really makes me enjoy this band. For the most part, they're kind of just short, energetic rock songs or whatever. So yeah, kind of, I'll leave a link. You can check it out. And actually, I already have the digital version as I bought it on Bandcamp. So anyone who wants to have this free download code, have at it. Alright, last two. Same artist. Waited a long time for these. Too long. Back when I was fanboying out on the band My Deathbed out of Greece, DSBM, awesome black metal, their self-titled album that came out in January, still in the running for the list of the end of year list. And found a couple of releases on tape, so picked them up. First one is Plague. This was one of the albums that I had already purchased on CD, but the same label was selling full tapes, so I picked this one up anyway. Out of 15 copies, I have number 12. This is released on Death Valzer Productions, which I believe is out of Texas. Yeah, it just, has a label on it. This is cool stuff. This was the first one he had where he had like a, because this has a 24-minute long song on it. This was the first time he had done a song of that length, so that was pretty cool. Just printed paper here. Cool stuff. Check out my play if you didn't do that previously. I'll leave links. I'll leave links to the self-titled release too, because that one is awesome. You should check it out. This next one, this was released last year. This next one, this was the only release by the band that I hadn't heard already. This is Void. This was also released last year, I think October. Also, Deathbed Productions, like I said. Limited to 15 copies, although I got number 7 of 10, so I'm not really sure how to parse that. 3 tracks. This is really cool. No vocals, no percussion. Mostly just, playing guitar. And, I think it really is effective. There's sort of some ominous keyboardy stuff maybe happening on track 2. But for the most part, it's just, it's just playing guitar, and I actually really like it. Good stuff. Vice is a monster so frightful mine, as to be hated needs to be... Oh wait. Vice is a monster so frightful mean, as to be hated needs but to be seen. Pet so oft familiar with fate. First we endure, then pity, then embrace. I should have read it before I just read it to you. Anyway, cool stuff. I'll leave a link to this too, obviously. I have said I'll leave a link like 20 times in this video for some reason. But I will. I'll leave links. Alright, that's it. Cassette madness is over. I'm caught up. Feels good. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing else. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you're familiar with any of those releases, please let me know what you think of them. And yeah, have a good day. Good weekend.